Hey guys, Ethan here, back to another video, and today we're going to be reviewing and going over the Anb Aio V2 sneaker bot. Before we start, remember to like this video, comment your opinions or any questions, and subscribe for more videos like this. Also, remember to check out my cook group at Anb Aio on Twitter for the best early links, information, and more. Alright, let's begin. The Anb team were kind enough to send me a free copy of their bot to show off to you guys, so let's get started. Anb retails for $325 and is an all-in-one sneaker bot, which means it supports a variety of over 70 sites including Adidas, Shopify sites, foot sites, mesh sites, and a bunch of others. Anb is updated weekly and even daily to improve performance and was the first ever commercial sneaker bot on the market, so you know that they're here to stay. They have over 225,000 recorded checkouts, which is a pretty crazy number in my opinion. And to top it all off, after you purchase a key, you get access to a Discord server that helps you with drops, setups, and more. Alright, so once you download the bot from the link that they give you, you'll have this icon on your desktop. It should say AIO bot V2. So you run it up. The first screen that you'll see is this main menu, which is where you'll be almost at all times, where it's your task screen, right? So on this task screen, you have the menu on top, which has the different screens that you can go to. We'll go over those later. You have a little settings icon if you want to edit your settings, a help icon if you need help with anything like documentation, carts, which opens up all your current carts, a way to turn on and turn off logs, exit, minimize, and all of these buttons, which we'll also go over later. So to start, we're going to skip this screen and go to billing. Billing, you're going to want to create your billing profile, which is what the bot would use to check out sneakers. So of course you'd put in all your info. Don't worry, it's safe, it's stored on your computer, and no one except the people that are on your computer can see this. So the company and no one else is going to have access to this info. So you put in all your info, right? First name, last name, your shipping info, billing info, credit card, and then you click save, and you have a billing profile here. So create as many billing profiles as you can with all your different cards and addresses, and you can use these different billing profiles for different tasks so that they don't get canceled or refunded, right? So then you have your proxy screen, right? And under the proxy screen, this is where you can add or remove proxies. Proxies pretty much are different IP addresses that your computer connects to, and it makes the site look like it's coming from different computers. It's very useful and pretty much necessary to run a bot, and I'll have a video uploaded this week explaining proxies in detail, so make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for that. So to add proxies, you click add new. You put in your proxies, which are in the basic format. It's just number, whatever, colon, your port, and then user pass. Or if it's an IP authenticated proxy, you don't have to put the user password, obviously. Then there are monitor proxies, normal proxies. I just put them as normal proxies and also have another list of the same proxies as monitor proxies. It doesn't really change much, but just have one of each. And let's say your proxies work on specific sites. So if they only work on Adidas and like, I don't know, Shopify sites or Foot Patrol, whatever, you select the sites and it would only use that specific proxy list for those sites, which is a really useful feature. Or you could just click all sites and it'll work on every single site. So then you click save and it makes a list here, and you could have as many lists as you want. Now under Sensor Harvester, it's a little complicated. I don't really know too much about it, but pretty much how it works is it generates cookies for certain sites that need them, right? So sites like Adidas, Finish Line, Foot Locker, JD Sports, Easy Supply, they need these cookies to let you check out on the drop day. So like 24 hours before the drop, right? You'd select the site that you want to generate cookies for, put in your proxies, and then set up like a start and stop time, save, and it's going to generate cookies ahead of time so that later you can use those cookies and it'll help you check out. Every drop they'll tell you where to use which sites to generate cookies on, how to do it, so that's not really big complicated thing, and they tell you all about it in the Discord. But that just pretty much gives you an advantage over other bots, letting you generate cookies early. Now under the cop screens, cop screen is gonna give you all the items that you've copped. So if you've copped, I don't know, Yeezy, it'll say Yeezy, the site, the time you actually checked it out, and it'll also tell you the items you have added to cart. So like on Adidas, sometimes they do cart holds, or on other sites they do cart holds. It'll tell you, hey, this item is added, or on any site, you know. So that's how it is. Settings screen, that's going to show you your activation key, blurred out. your email when it expires. So there is a renewal rate, and when it expires, you're gonna have to send your updates, which I believe is $100. I think. Here, let me check. Either 100 or 60. No, 69. Yeah. So every 6 months you'll have to renew, and it's gonna be $69. It'll tell you your version number, the max number of tasks you can use on your current version, and a bunch of info. Under CAPTCHA settings, you're gonna want to put in 2-CAPTCHA, anti-CAPTCHA, or client ID keys. These are only if you use separate things for CAPTCHA. So like 2-CAPTCHA and anti-CAPTCHA. There are other sites that I will go over later in another video. But essentially, it just lets you have a bunch of people from China self-CAPTCHAs for you, and it charges you. It's really cheap. It's useful, but I just prefer self-CAPTCHAs manually. It's quicker. Notifications, so you can set up notifications to send you whenever you add to cart or checkout. You can have it sent to a webhook, to Twilio, which is your phone number, or email. It'll let you, if you want to select sounds, and every time there's a CAPTCHA, it's always make a sound. So pretty useful. Shopify settings, that pretty much just, it's like a quick task. So in their Discord, there's a monitor, right? And in mine too, and in a bunch of other Discords, they have monitors. Like they have a monitor in AI Notify that is a bit quicker and has more options than the regular Anb Discord. That's a $30 a month subscription. And in these monitors, it sends you notifications every time a new sneaker comes out on a certain website. And with this bot, AIO bot, and a bunch of other bots too, you can set up quick tasks, right? And on this notification, you click a button and it automatically creates tasks. And these are Shopify quick task settings, so you could set the billing profile that it would load already, the size that you'd want it to automatically pick, the type of task, so if you want a fast, boost, or normal task, and the CAPTCHA, so if you want it to load automatically with a CAPTCHA or without CAPTCHA. I'll go into that later. Delays, number of tasks, it pretty much lets you customize quick task very, very detailed. So again, pretty self-explanatory, but if you want to set up quick tasks, this is where you do it. You go to settings, Shopify settings. Now, what is really cool is that this bot does support PayPal. So here you would put your PayPal email and password, and it'll support PayPal checkout on certain sites. And then under language settings, here you just select English or Chinese. Leave it on English because obviously you don't really probably want Chinese if you're watching this video in English. But yeah. So here's like tutorials. So again, if you do need help later on and don't remember, if you want to know how to create a task, create a billing profile, you click on these, they'll bring you to a tutorial, and there's a user manual right here. And then these are other products that you could buy. So if you want to buy proxies, servers, AI Notify, which is their cook group, like sneakers accounts, an extra license if you want to add on to a different computer, their Supreme bot, the other AIO bot, a bunch of links here. Alright, so let's go back to tasks. So under this task screen, this is pretty much the main screen that you're going to be at the entire time. There are a bunch of options down here, so let's go over them pretty quickly. So you click add new, and that lets you create a task. And a task is, alright, so a big misconception that people have about bots is that you just click a button and it does everything for you, but it is a little more complicated than that, and it's a little harder to do. But once you get the hang of it, it's insane. It's really useful. So under add new task, a task is kind of like a little it's a task, it's a job. So you tell the bot, okay, I want to select Shopify, I want to use a Shopify site. So then under this Shopify task, you select the site that you want to go for. So let's say you want to go for the Travis Scott Jordans on the Travis Scott website. You select the Travis Scott website, you select task without CAPTCHA or with CAPTCHA. On most hyped releases, you're going to want to do without CAPTCHA, or with CAPTCHA, because they're always going to have CAPTCHAs on there. Use local IP, you're just going to want to leave that off if you have proxies, and on if you don't have proxies. Guess, just leave that on, you don't really have to change that. Early link, keyword, or variant, right? So let's say you're going for a site, and in your cook group, so in Redrop, we always provide early links, and it gives you a little of a quicker advantage. Same with AI Notify, I'm sure they provide early links. Keywords is where you would use keywords to search for it, and variant is a number that is provided in most cook groups, and it is a lot quicker than early links and keywords respectively. It depends, but pretty much, so you select the type of search you'd want it to go for. So let's have the a keyword, right? A keyword you'd put in like plus Jordan, and then negative Jordan, sorry. And then negative keyword you do minus guava, right? So that means it'll pick up the first Jordan that doesn't have guava in the name. I'm not sure if you use plus, yeah, whatever. You put Jordan guava, and it'll pick up the first Jordan that doesn't have guava in the name. Size, obviously you'd put in your size, so I'm 9.5, I'd put 9.5. And there are 4 different modes. There's normal mode, which is just straight up mode. There's fast mode, which goes a bit quicker, but it doesn't work on some sites. There's boost mode, which is pretty much another different mode that makes things faster and it helps. They all describe these modes in detail in the server. And then there's anti-bot mode, which is like a safe mode that you would use on sites that stop bots. So on each drop, the Anb Discord, my Discord, and a bunch of other Discords that charge for like a notify, right? They'll post specific updates saying, okay, you have to use this mode for this drop. They're dropping on this site, use 5 tasks with anti-bot and 5 tasks with normal, etc. Right? So they tell you what to do. And then under the minimum price, maximum price, that helps with filtering. So let's say the bot or the site is going to load an item that's like $1,000 and be like no bots allowed, Jordan, Yeezy, whatever. You put in the max price of like $400, and it's going to make sure not to check out anything over $400. Shipping rates, it lets you put in shipping rates that Shopify puts in on their website. So how Shopify websites work is that they create shipping rates. So every item that they ship to the United States is going to cost $5, and every item above X amount of pounds, $10, whatever. So these shipping rates are provided in most Discords, and I'm pretty sure the Anb Discord, and you could also generate them within the sensor harvester, I believe. Then billing, you select your billing profile. Browser, if you wanted to use PayPal for one of the checkouts, it'll open up PayPal and let you check out through there. And then obviously the number of tasks. So once you set up that, right, I'm gonna use a billing real quick. You can create save, or yeah, click save, and I created 5 tasks, and I clicked it twice, so it made me 10 tasks. And so what you do is you click run, and it's gonna log in to that guest account, and then it's gonna set up for the drop and wait until something drops, right? So you can start all tasks immediately by just clicking this button, stop them all, right there, it'll stop. Delete them all, so if you want to get rid of them, boom, they're all gone. And then mass edit link, if you have tasks created, you can paste in a link real quick and it'll change all the tasks to that link. So let's say you put in the wrong link, you could just click this, copy and paste the link, and quickly it'll just fix everything. Then finally, they have this really cool feature that not many bots have called the Shopify Monitor. So in the actual bot, there's a Shopify Monitor embedded, right? And it lets you well, look for keywords. And right now, it's not gonna work because it's like I haven't connected everything yet. But it'll just pop up with new items whenever something is added. So right now, obviously, nothing is being added right now, right? But let's say let's say Anb decides to add Yeezys as a restock, it's gonna pop up and it'll let you click and you can immediately create a task. So that's the basic overview. I know, long video, not very interesting per se, but it's a pretty good bot. In my opinion, I think that it is a solid bot. It's not the best bot, but it is probably the only decent bot that is available without needing to wait for a restock, and it's a really solid bot, especially for beginners, so I definitely recommend buying it. I do have a coupon in the description that you guys can use, so if you're interested in buying it, it's on the description. I highly recommend it for a starter, but it is not the craziest bot, but it's an easy bot to start off with, make a little cash, and then move on to more advanced bots that work a little bit better. But it is a solid bot, and yeah. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, remember to like this video, comment your opinions or any questions, and subscribe for more videos like this. Also, remember to check out at redrop.io in the description below for the best cook group with information, bot tips, and more. If you're interested in buying Anb Aio, also visit the description where you can buy the bot at a discounted price.